Well, I'll be honest with you. As we're sitting there after our pick, Sean and I are just sitting there talking, and it's like, hey, how can we get Mark Ingram? And so we just started making some calls to the teams toward the back of the draft, and found a couple teams that were interested. And obviously, there was that deal with Baltimore and Kansas City, and that thing was going on, and so that leads a little uncertainty because you don't want to make a trade until you know who the picks are, what the picks have been made in front of you, so you know that your guy's there. But as soon as that got settled, New England called us back and wanted to make the deal, so we're excited about it, real excited.
It's funny, you're going to see these draft grades on Monday, and everybody's going to give these guys an A+, because you ended up with two guys in the first round. They don't always take trades and future value into those. I mean, is that tough for you to give up a future first-round pick, or are you just elated to say two of the guys we had rated highly are both coming in here tomorrow?
You don't want to give us an A+? Is that what you're saying? No. Look, those things are so. First of all, they're really meaningless, those grades. Let's look back 3 years from now and see if this worked out. I think it will, obviously. Otherwise, we wouldn't have made that deal. But yeah, it's hard to give up. It's hard to give up any future pick. I mean, you got to feel real good about the deal you're making. You got to feel good about that value before you do that. And obviously we do. I think part of it is this: is that with Drew and the team we have now, we have a window of opportunity, and so we want to do everything we can do to take advantage of that window of opportunity, and that's why we made the deal. Yeah, I think this. I think that obviously, I said before the draft that front seven is an area of concern for us. We want to try to improve that if we could, and with Cameron, I think we've definitely done that. He will be a good addition to the group that we have up front already, and we think he's a versatile player, a guy that can move inside and as well as play left end for us. So we're excited about that. He's a smart kid. He's got an NFL pedigree with his father, Steve Jordan, and so there's a lot of things to like about Cameron Jordan. And then, last year the experience we had, going through running backs and the injuries that we had, as opposed to the year before when we were able to run the ball effectively all year long. That plays into it, but. At the end of the day, we have an opportunity here to get the best running back in this draft. And the last time that we were able to get a real strong running back was Deuce McAllister, and that worked out pretty well. So this guy's got the same kind of character as Deuce, and so we're excited to add him to Reggie and Pierre and Chris. And we've got a coach and an offensive staff that knows how to take advantage of weapons. And so the more that we can give to them, the better off we're going to be.
Mickey round tomorrow. How does that change the rest of this draft? Will you see yourself coming back in the second round?
Yeah, good question, Jim. I doubt that, but look, you never know. You never know. I wouldn't have said at the beginning of the day that we were going to end up with 2 picks in the first round either. So I wouldn't rule it out, but. It's not something I'm thinking about or that we're thinking about right now.
How about the needs? Have you done that?
Yeah, I think always once you get past that first round, you're really just hoping that you're gonna get some good players at really any position. It's too hard to speculate who's going to be there, particularly now that we're voided in the second round. For us to try to speculate who's going to be available in the third round, that's a pretty difficult proposition. Now, what we will do later tonight and tomorrow during the day is we'll reset our board, not reset it, but we'll re-examine our board, thinking about who are the players that might be available to us and what order do we want them in. We'll look at that again against the roster that we have.
This draft, where did guys like Jordan and Ingram, did you still think they would be top 20 picks, or you thought it was a good chance
No, we didn't think that either guy would fall to us, frankly. Yeah, I mean, we had a group of 4 or 5 guys that we had a group of 9 players, and 3 were up in the upper group, and then the balance of 6 guys, any of whom we'd be happy to have, but really 3 were above the others, and actually there were 4. Excuse me, there were 4 above the others, and we really expected all 4 to be gone. I mean, I wouldn't have bet a nickel that any of them would have been there when we picked, and 2 were there. So that was a bonanza for us. And actually, we made an attempt to move up a few spots prior to picking at 24, and couldn't make a deal. So sometimes the best deals are the ones that you don't make.
Is it kind of funny 2 years ago you tried to do the same thing?
Yeah, I mentioned that right afterwards, that, hey, 2 years ago we tried to do the same thing and weren't successful. So it's good to be successful. Feels good. I'm not sure I really, understand your question. I mean, running backs are valuable in our league. They're still valuable, and yet, it's become more of a passing league, so that probably devalues the running back from where it was, 10 years ago. But they're still valuable players, really valuable players on any team, and so obviously they're valuable to us because we've got now 2 first-round picks, and we've got Pierre Thomas, who we just re-signed not long ago, and we've got an undrafted free agent that we think highly of, in Chris Ivory. So we like our group of running backs, and like I said, Sean will find a way to use all of them.
And this doesn't negatively affect your thoughts on Reggie Bush, who was a guy
No.
you still wanted to try to keep in the fold, and
Yeah.
just to strongly do that.
Yep.
Mickey, I asked Rick, if you kind of feel like the stars are kind of aligning for you guys, because 2 guys that maybe should have been picked a little higher, and guys that you wanted.
Yeah, we feel that way. It remains to be seen if we were right. We have to wait a few years to judge that. But yeah, certainly, we feel good about this draft.
Last year played Mickey Loomis on WWL. And he was hurt, Ingram, and he wasn't 100%. He was still playing. Did that impress you, his toughness and his ability?
Yeah, although I would say this, we didn't ever question his toughness. If he wouldn't have been able to go, but he's just a quality kid, and we had him in here for a visit. We knew a lot about him. We'd done a lot of research, a lot of work in that area, and man, he just came up with A+, comments from everyone that has ever been involved with him. So, again, I think this is a kid of the character that we would have said of Deuce, when we got him. So now he's got to live up to that, but that's a pretty tall order. But he certainly got a good start on it.